thing. There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show is on, and we're gonna do what we do. And this is the show. What is the show, baby? Tell the people what the show is today.
The show today is to be the best you be, and you will have a great, blessed 2023.
You understand that? 2023. And to do that, you want to enhance. You don't have to necessarily set. What do they call those things that people do every year? You have you set resolutions. You don't really necessarily have a resolution. Just do better this year than you do last year. Say, for instance, like me, for instance, I'm gonna have more salads. We're going to a restaurant where I'm eating salads and I'm eating the sweets I want at that restaurant on Saturday. So the rest of the week, I don't eat no sweets. So this is what I do. So I'm doing that better than what I did last year because I was eating sweets every day, at least once, every night. But now I don't. So that's what I'm doing better. So it's like, be better you. Don't necessarily have a resolution. Make it your way of life. Because when people say resolutions, that's like a diet. You know, it's temporary. You say you're gonna do it, but are you gonna do it? Everybody says they're gonna do it, but it's something you want to do. Is it a change you want to make? You know, so you want to change your whole whatever you do in life. You want to change for the better. It's something you have to want to do, not for somebody else. And what do you think of that, Beverly?
Yes, that's great, and it's on so many levels. You know, your health and how you are interacting with your family and friends and associates and even people you just meet. You know, because I'm a person, I always greet everybody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, be kind to people. Like I said, be kind, be nice. You know, but then you have to be careful in respects to that, you know. A lot of times people that are nice to people, that's their disposition, there's nothing wrong with that. But some people have experienced things in life with people to where they have their guards up, you know, and that's the way they are. You be who you are, but you still be nice, like me, myself. I be kind to people, I'm nice to people, but I always have my guards up because I know how people are, you know. I mean, I'm 70 years old, I've been living in life 54 years as far as being in a fast life and being in real life 70 years. So I've seen both sides of life, and I know how people are good and people are bad. But it's a gift when you've been a square all your life and you haven't seen nothing but good as far as people go. Because when you've been around, like, say, military people or people that are doing something for a purpose, they have a tendency to be more better people because they're doing something for the country or in life. So that's always good. And then when you be around those kind of people, then you have a good disposition in life because you've seen more good than you've seen bad. You know, it's just like people. I see people that I know that I run into every day in the streets, and they've had a hard life. You know, my life wasn't hard. The things I did, when I looked at it and I look at what I did it by choice. When I went to the streets and I was drinking and I was, you know, on drugs and doing that, I did that on choice. I remember when I was in Fresno and I told my partner, Silky, I said, look, man, I'm doing this because I want to. I said, I can go home anytime I want to. And I had a woman and a house and a nice car and all this stuff whenever I wanted to go there. But I chose to be in a hotel in the streets with well, I ain't gonna say tramps because my queen here told me not to say that. It's better to say people that are underprivileged or people that are not making wise decisions at the time. I chose to be that, but I wasn't that. And then when my friends see me and they said, man, he got a nice woman and he doing this and he out here. I said, man, I'm not out here. Man, I'm out here because I want to. I'm just messing around. I'm doing better than you think. And then I seen how they treated me. And then when they seen I had stuff, material things, they treated me different. But I mean, I was the same person. And it's just that I understood. I was, you know, having fun, like drinking and partying. And then I was still young then, so I was like in my 30s. So by doing that then, I knew, well, hey, you know, I could do it. But some people don't have that choice. Some people are doing bad. They're out in the streets and they really don't have nowhere to go. They're really, really homeless. They're really, really out there. And I never had that problem. I never was like these people that I see that are actually homeless, and their frame of mind, the way they think is not clear from their past. And by them being like that, I feel fortunate because I was able to hustle. I was a player, so I knew how to make money. I never was a person that just do bad, even when I was on my own. But I don't look down on people that don't. I just say to myself, that's a shame. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I feel blessed because I know throughout my whole life, but the benefits I had. But in 2023, all I want to do is have peace. I want me and my queen to travel more. We're traveling. We got a plan to go to Vegas in April. We're gonna do this. We already started off 2023. Just before 2023, we took 2 trips. We went for Thanksgiving. We went to see my beautiful sister, Patricia, in El Mirage, Nevada. No, not Nevada. Phoenix, Arizona.
And her hero husband, he's a veteran.
Yeah.
And see, I worked with veterans because I worked for the Department of Veterans Affairs most of my life. And then I did work for 6 years in Japan for the Department of Defense as a civilian, not as a military person, because I was a large lady. And they wouldn't have let me in. But you're right, when they have a plan that they're having to adhere to, and so not just, in terms of how you treat people and treat yourself, but how you make sure you have healthy food and get your right amount of rest, get your right amount of water, and your right amount of exercise. And thank you to my exercise class teacher. His name is Sam, and we appreciate him because he looks out for all the seniors, not just at one site, but at several sites around the Oakland community.
Right.
And I lost another 72 pounds in his class.
Right.
And I'm the healthiest I've ever been.
That's good. Yeah, you come a long ways. That's why you eating good and being healthy and having a good attitude and not stressing, because stress, people lose weight. Well, they can gain weight or they can lose weight behind stress. It all depends on which way the stress goes.
Well, the food was a way to cope for me back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm real clear about all that stuff,
Right.
Yes.
Well, it's never good to use food. I used to use food. I don't know if I use food. But the time that I was overweight, I was stressing and eating more when I was. But it was like, I didn't realize it until other people told me. And then I realized I was getting big, and then I got big. Then I for a minute, I said, I don't care. Then when my clothes didn't fit me, that's what made me. Because I love clothes so much and dressing so much. That's the thing that sprung me, not what people said. It's when my clothes didn't fit, I said no. Because I got too many clothes, and I said, no, these clothes got to fit. So I got to, because somebody told me about 3 months ago, somebody said, if you gain weight and the clothes don't fit, what you going to do with them? Like you can't alter the clothes. I mean, I do alterations, but that costs money. Who wants to alter your clothes? When you lose or gain weight, you don't want to do that. So you want to stay within a range. But that's my motivator to keep me slim. But I mean, most people, it's not that. It's the health reasons, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying
health, yeah.
Health is the main reason, but I'm saying, when I think about it, a few pounds, it's when the pants or things don't fit. Because I know you could be healthy and be like a few pounds overweight. But what really makes me incentive, what really is my incentive to really help me in all my endeavors and my health altogether, is that I go to see my doctors regularly.
Yes,
I went and they tell me how good my blood pressure is. They tell me how good my A1Cs is. They tell me how everything is on point and that I'm doing so good. That's what my incentive to be doing good at my age, because just like I want to win in everything else in life, I want to be a winner and have that winning attitude and have a positive attitude. I also want to be that way with my health. I'm not running a race for this. I just want to be the best I can be for me. I want to be my best self, and that's what counts for me.
And I'm a Kaiser Thriver, and my doctor, Craney, in Alameda told me, he says, Miss Beverly, you're doing it great because all of your results are great. And my A1C is 5.7. My high blood pressure has been reduced down. My cholesterol. And so I told him, I said, well, this is because of Kaiser. He said, no, you're the person that's doing it. And I said, yeah, but y'all help me.
Right.
So,
Pay attention.
yes, and so
That's great.
that's so very important that we just try to be the best we can be.
Yeah.
And then also, I have a granddaughter, and she just turned 8 on January 2nd. And she said, Grandma, can you take me to the frozen yogurt place? And I saw what she does when she get in there. She gets the frozen yogurt, 2 different kind. Then she adds another 10 items. They're all sugary and sweet. And I says, no, Bailey, you don't want to do this but once a month.
Right. That's not good.
Yeah, because I don't want her to become a diabetic, you know.
Well, it's not good that it's a bad habit, taking in too much sugar. I know a lot of people, they take in a lot of sugar, and they don't be thinking that it's not good for you, you know. But the best thing is, like I say, see your doctor. See your doctor. If you haven't been seeing your doctor in 2022, see your doctor in 2023. I've lost several friends. Some friends I've lost, and they thought they were so healthy. They were so healthy. They were like taking vitamins, taking pills. They were healthy. But like I said, they had a bad disposition in life. As far as they were mean to people. They weren't kind. They disrespected older people. They did that, and I said, wow, they think they're doing so good. And they're bragging about how good they're doing and all that. You don't do that. Don't think you're better than no one else. Because God do not like ugly. And you got to be kind and be gentle and be good to people. Just like me, I go see people. I got friends I go see. That's other people don't go see them. They say, oh, I'm going to go see him. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They keep putting it off. I don't put it off. I went and see my friend, and my best friend, Pretty Boy. I went to see him. Well, he was my best friend, but he's still actually my best friend just because he's not active. But he's in a convalescent home. I went to see him. My queen went with me one time.
Yes,
I went
we
several
did.
times with my friend Success. And then I went and seen Charlie Walker, which is a friend, and he's Woody Brown's best friend. Woody Brown, the ex-mayor, you know, London Breed, everybody know him and respect him. And, you know, big shots go to see him over there. But I went over there and everybody thought I was, you know, somebody. I said, yeah, I am somebody. But me and him was real close. And he seen me when I came in there. He didn't recognize who I was, but you know what he said? He said, man, you sharp. And smiled and started laughing. And that made my day because he didn't know nobody's name that comes in and people say he don't recognize nobody.
Oh.
But he recognized how good I looked. And that meant something because, you know, I'm known for being looked. And he did the same thing he always do. Man, you sharp. You know, he always used to do that before. So he did that, you know. And then my other friend, I went to see him. My friend, this is my actual best friend. And he's out now. He's at a friend's place. And his cousins, he's staying with his cousins. His niece told me that. And he went to his favorite Mediterranean restaurant. She took him there. Somebody took him there. And they said it was such a wonderful thing for me and my queen to go see him in Fresno when we was on our way to L.A. We went to L.A. after we left him, but we went to see him, and he lit up and said, oh, man, I'm telling you, and said red. Yeah. See, you got to do good things to people. When they're down, you be up for them. You be there for them to be up.
That was so good.
Be a blessing to them because it means so much to them when they're under that situation. And believe it or not, when you see people when they're down, it keeps you from being down because you're energized and you're being active and you're doing things and you're living your life to the fullest. You know, so when times come where you're not your best, you can say, hey, I lived it and I did the best I could do when I was on time. And you can't miss when you do that.
And we are driving because that's something that we love doing, is going someplace. And even with the weather like it is, we're just being more cautious.
Yeah, we matter of fact, when we went that trip that we took to LA, we came back to Oakland and it was flooded so bad. The weather was so bad.
Yeah.
When I was driving back, the weather was so bad. But you know what? I just was careful. You know, you don't stay at home. See, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't let the weather or different things keep you at home. You got to go out and enjoy life and live life. So a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm staying home," and then when the weather's good, they get in the habit of staying home, and then they never want to go out. You know, and they have aches and pains and that, and all they do is don't want to move. But no, you have to live. You have to enjoy life. You know, and I learned this from an old friend of mine. He's one of my good friends, and this is Phil Muslim. I'm gonna give him a shout out. He's 88, and he still gets around and goes places. And I learned that from him. Being active, he goes places. He don't let nothing keep him in the house.
He's a singer.
He's a singer, entertainer, and he goes places and he does things, and he stays on the road, you know, doing things. And I noticed that from him. I said, no, he's active. He's not sickly. He don't have no problems, and he goes and be active. And I noticed that when you stay at home, and I say after you retire, this is something else you don't want to do.
You got to rock the love.
After you retire, don't stay at home and say, "Oh, I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna stay in a rocking chair. I'm gonna get a big TV, and I'm not going nowhere." Don't do that. Get out there, exercise. If you're all retired and you're gonna stay at home, go to a senior exercise class, or get you a bike. Get you exercise equipment yourself and do it at home if you have to. If you don't want to leave your house, get you exercise equipment at home. But be exercise. Be active. If you don't go out the street active, be active. Like I got a brother-in-law, my sister Patricia in Arizona, and he loves his house. He don't go to. I told her the other day I was on the phone. I said, "Look, you got such a beautiful house. I wouldn't want to leave either if I had that house. It costs as much as." But
Yeah,
you
it's a
do get your
beautiful home.
exercise. And he got a bike, and he got a big stick that he do to get rid of the dogs, and he exercises with that bike, and he's in shape. He's stronger than me. He grabbed my luggage and took it upstairs. He's just something else, and he's a military man, and he's 80. I think he's 85. Believe me, he's in his mid-80s. He's not no youngster either. And I look, and he had all these operations. I'm gonna get something in my back, a shot to help me out because I got arthritis problems. And then the doctor said that don't work, we'll give you surgery. And I said, no, I'm not scared of surgery because all these people I know that are active, that are living in their 80s, they've had surgeries. They've been through surgeries in their 70s. My sister, she just made 80 and she had a surgery on her knees. And I seen her walk to the mailbox, and she strutted to the mailbox like I said, wow. She strutted, and we were sitting there looking at her. And I remember when she came to her son's funeral, she was walking with a limp and all that, and she was kind of, not doing too good. Man, don't you know she had that operation and she's running like a kid. So I'm not scared of operations. Whatever I have to do to get healthy and well, I'm gonna get it done because I want to live. I don't want to be somebody that's not living while you can live. Live while you're here on earth and you can live. Don't be halfway living, staying in the house, scared to go out because you have a problem walking, or you might not want to be going out because you're in a wheelchair. No, you go out and live. If you're in a wheelchair, you stand up on that wheelchair and dance on side to side on the side of it. Or you get in there and roll it back and forth. You got to live. You got to enjoy life. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't.
And that's why whenever we go to a club or to the Peacock Lounge, that I always dance, but I do not twerk. I will do the jerk, but I won't twerk.
Yeah, that's how you do, baby. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because dancing keeps you active, and that by you loving to dance, that's an asset. That's a beautiful thing. Don't never stop doing that. Because it's a lot of people wish they could dance. They wish they could do that. So don't let people, haters. I mean, one time we was at a club and these women seen her, she was dancing active, and they couldn't dance, they was dancing slow, and they were like hating. I could see it in their face and the way they acted. And one of them knew her from somewhere, right? But she was looking so good and so happy, we the perfect combination. People be jealous and hate it. I see it all the time. But I never mention it to her because she has so much love. I don't want to mention hate to somebody that's filled with love because, it just ain't right. But I see it all the time.
And I tell people we dress as we're blessed, and then I tell them we match as we're heart attached.
That's right. And she got a saying and everything. It's just such a unique person. And we will eventually soon have a podcast.
And really, the title for this show is Be the Best You Can Be, and you will have a great, blessed 2023.
Right, that's it. That's the name of the show, and that's what you have to do, be the best you can be in 2023. You know, now, like I said, I did a show on my mini fasting experience. In all aspects of your life, improve yourself. Don't just go out and diet because you gain weight. Diet because it's a way of life, because you want to live longer. Read books or read educational stuff. Be a more positive person.
Yes.
Be kinder to people. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from negative people. Don't enhance people that are talking negative. If they're talking about somebody, don't feed in on it. Just ignore it. But don't contribute to it, because that makes the people that are talking about the people talk about them more. So you don't want to do that. Because I remember the time I used to do that. But I was at the chicken place and I had time on my hands. So I wanted entertainment, so I was doing it for entertainment's sakes. But that wasn't a good thing to do, because it creates being a bad habit. And you get bad people around you. And you don't need bad people around you. Because those are the ones that talk about people that are at bad attitudes. You know, they want you to. They can't say nothing good about a person, so they talk bad about them instead of saying good things, and that's not good. That's why I always tell people, don't say nothing bad. Talk good about those people. Think about the good. It's good in everyone. Everyone has good, and everyone can do better than they're doing. Everyone can improve their condition that they're in. Everybody can be better, and everybody can do better. So don't never think for instance, that you can't do good because somebody's telling you ain't no good. Don't never think that. You know, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I was talking to her on the phone, and I told her, because she lived in one neighborhood, in that one neighborhood she had a bad attitude and she was complaining, and I didn't even want to hear her voice on the phone, because she would complain and talk about the people so bad, and I was saying, why is she always complaining? You know, I didn't say nothing about it, but I noticed that this was a bad habit, and I noticed she moved in another neighborhood with these people that are different, and she's so happy now. She's a hugger, they call her the hugger ambassador, because she does that to the people in the neighborhood. She's happy over there in that neighborhood. And I asked her, why are you so happy over there now? She said, well, the neighborhood I was in, the people, they didn't talk to me. They spoke Spanish, and it was all Spanish people. I'm not sacred, I'm not prejudiced, and I'm not, what do you call it? A hater on this. I'm just telling you a fact of what she said. And I understand people do that. People of their certain kind, be with their kind, and if you're new in the neighborhood, and you don't break in and you try to talk to them and get around them, sometimes the people don't want to open the doors, open up for you. And this was a nice neighborhood, so they were being careful in particular about the people that went to see them. So they were being like that. And so she moved over here, and she's so happy and socializing with all these different people. And it's people of all races, all creeds, all colors. And it's good. And that goes to show you that you don't have to be sad or be mad or be not a happy person. You just have to change your environment or whatever you do to be around people. Don't let them steal. Don't let them steal your joy. They stole her joy over there, and I couldn't understand it then. But that was a lesson learned when I seen the difference a different neighborhood made. You know, with some people. With me, I don't let that bother me. Let me tell you something. Right. I live in a neighborhood, and my neighborhood is bad, negative, and it's terrible. But I don't worry about it because I don't socialize with those people. When I'm going to leave my house to where I'm going, I go where I'm going. When I see the people on the way, the people that compliment me, the people that are positive, I speak to them. I say hi. If somebody I know they need $1 or something, I may give it to them and say a positive word and keep going. I don't let the negative ones with the bad attitudes that have hatred, that's sitting there drinking and on drugs. I walk by them and I don't let them steal my joy. I stay happy. I keep a happy disposition. You know, it might be raining, it might be a bad day, gloomy day, and I have like yesterday I had on a lime green suit. I wear colors to brighten people's day. They say, oh, you brighten my day, you brighten it up. They always have something good to say. Because we always wear bright colors, because that's a reflection of how we feel. We feel bright and we feel out of sight. You understand me? Like James Brown, out of sight, you understand me? And we do it, we feel great, like Tony the Tiger. So if you feel great and you look great, then you can't do nothing but be straight. And that's what we do. We do great things.
Yes,
you know
we
I mean?
do.
Toward each other. You know what I mean? And that's what counts. Who's in your world and who enhances your world. And haters might hate, but don't let them steal your grace. Be in first place.
Yes,
In
and
your
I
race.
don't let that negativity stay in my system. If someone's been mistreating me, and I thank God that I'm a retired federal clinical social worker, so I understand when people have psychopath issues or they have addictions, etc. But I don't carry it in my system in terms of that negativity. Yes.
No, you should never let the negativity, because it's out there.
I take the high road like Michelle Obama said we should, you know.
Right, that's the way to be.
And I tell you, it's a blessing because when I went through breast cancer, Michelle Obama and her husband, they sent me a letter encouraging me, and that just touched my heart so much. It made me have a very positive cry because it was so positive
Yeah.
that they said your family and friends say you are very courageous and sensitive person, and you won't let this get you down. And I didn't, because two of my sisters, bless y'all, Renee and my sister Florence, they both went heaven dwelling from their breast cancer.
Right, wow.
Yes, so I live it
So
passionately.
you're blessed.
And then, yes, and then I make sure I do the right thing for everybody.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way to be, because, like I said, you have to go through something to know something. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't go through anything. It makes you better. When you once go through it, it makes you better, it makes you stronger, and through that experience, you be greater behind it. You understand? Just like me, I'm an alcoholic. People say was alcoholic. No, I'm still alcoholic. It's just I don't drink. But the point of it is, I'm 25 years clean. But through my drinking, when I stopped, it made me stronger, because I had 10 years clean. And when I lost the 10 years, I lost it because I was being cocky. I was being boisterous. I was acting like I was better than other people, and putting people down, and having money, and all I thought about was money at that time. And money was everything. And I had 5 cars. I had jewelry. I had a house. I had everything material. But I wasn't happy because I didn't have no one to really, people were around me because I had money. They were around me because they cared for me. So therefore, when I lost that 10 years, my friend Jody, which we started off together, he got 35 years now. If I didn't listen to him, I would add my other 10 years. But it's okay. I had to learn that because I still was in the fast life. So he had squared up. He had got a job and did all that. He said, you can't be around them people and think you ain't going to be on drugs or drinking. Eventually it's going to get you.
And honey, let's say the names, because I don't see my name up there.
The name's Beverly Hydrodami.
Mm-hmm.
And
And-
National Red.
Well, his real name is Robert Boyd Jr.
Yes.
And
Robert Boyd Jr. And
we both are so happy because we feel that God graced us with the one.
right.
Yes.
Yes, God graced us. That's true. Because like I said, I did a mini show and I talked about how I got a queen, because I didn't hate. I congratulated. I knew what I wanted, and I told God, I said, look, I'm not selling for nothing less. And my friend yesterday, he was younger than me. I thought he was my age, but he's 10 years younger than me. And he had a queen, and his queen used to call him king on the phone, and automatically she called him king, and he called her queen. And I wanted this, but I didn't know I was ever going to get it. And then I got something better, because I got me a queen that likes to match as I do. She likes to dress like me and all that, and that was perfect. God sent me exactly what I wanted. It was like I congratulated him. I used to always commend him and her mother. She had a mother that used to go out around with him, and I said, that's such a beautiful thing. They don't realize how happy and how blessed they are. I realized myself. Then I said, everybody else would be hating on them and jealous and saying this and that, But I didn't. I liked it and minded it. I even thought he was older than me, or at least my age. Coming to find out he's 10 years younger. That go to show you that when you commend people and like what they have, even though they're younger or whatever, God will bring it to you. If you honestly love what they're doing and tell God, you want that, and you don't want nothing less. Nothing less, you want the best. And anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the end of my show because it's been 30 minutes, and I wish my queen got to give us she got to give us a way out because this is her show. And believe it or not, I just talk a lot. Ow,
Yes, he does, and that's
tell him.
okay.
Tell them what you want to say.
Well,
As a
I want to
conclusion.
say my favorite song that speaks of him is by Salt and Pepper. What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. And I listen to that song every morning after I do my prayer, and then I watch Brian Courtney Wilson, A Great Work, and I love that song too. So be inspired. And then, of course, Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Nettles did a song that was changed over to Oprah Winfrey's theme song called "You Will."
Okay, so that's the ending. So we gotta close this show. Time's up.
Okay, all right.
Time's up. So anyway, we played "You Will" before, but we're not gonna play it now because we don't have the time. Because my queen loves to dance, and she would give you a dance right now if we had the time. But due to the fact we don't have the time, the next show she will be guaranteed to give you a dance at the end of the show. Because I'll give her 3 minutes before the show ends. But right now things were going so good and we're talking so much
Yes, my
that
kid.
we didn't have a chance to dance.
Thank
But
you,
anyway,
Mike.
remember, dancing is very important. Remember that. International Red.
Or exercising, even if you don't want to dance.